So today we're going to talk about how to, we've got these gems on the screen and we want to make it so that when we go to one of them, it will, I've actually got two different types of gems, but when we go to one of them, it will actually record the number of gems you have on the top. So we're going to have some text in the top of the corner and then we'll go from there. So start with, you want to go to your main node 2D, and this is the scene. The two that we're going to be looking at is our gem 2D scene, which is an area 2D, and then the node 2D main. And so if we, you know what, if I go to 2D, if I go here, yeah, it still looks good. Okay, so if I go to node 2D main and I right click and I add child node, I want to add a canvas layer. So right here. So I add that and then go in here and add a child node of a label. So it looks like this. So now we've got a label, and I'm just going to put some text in here just for now, and hello. And if you see, it goes right there. And I'm going to play. And it's very, very tiny. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this label. I'm going to scroll down to where it says theme overrides. And I'm going to go down to where it says font sizes. It says font size of 1. I'm going to change it to 48 and hit enter, and makes this bigger. So now if I hit play, you see it's a little bigger. Also the H is kind of, I don't like how the H is kind of cut off there. So I'm going to drag this over just a little bit. So the thing that you can see about this is that it has to go, although this is the camera, this is where you would think it would go like right here. But for some reason, this is where it needs to go, where this big X is, and to the bottom right of that. So now we've got our visual of that. So if we go back to the label here, and we go up here, and we say, we're going to say gems, colon 0. We're going to start it with that. That's just going to be the placeholder for now. So now whenever we start it up, it's gem 0. I also don't love that it's white because it's hard to see. So I think I'm going to change the color of that. So if I go over here and I go to colors under theme overrides, I just check font color. Now it's black. But if I click on this, I can go over here and I can check like a blue, which is good enough for me. So, all right, so if I go over there, and there's other ways, you can fiddle with that, get the color that's perfect for you. But now if I hit play, it's got a dark blue. I like that a little better. So now what I want to do is I want to start looking at the code. So in our area 2D gem 2, let's look at this code that we were looking at here, where we had done the animations and made it move. So one of the things we want to do, so we want to actually, our main node 2D is, and this is actually kind of an interesting things here. When you're looking at a script, you can look at all the scripts right here and you can switch between them. And even though you're looking at you click on the top and this is the node 2D scene that you're looking at, you can now be looking at any one of these scripts that you want. And there's a valuable reason for that, I discovered. But one of the valuable reasons is that, so I have a node 2D main. This is the node 2D main. Yours might not look like this, but if you generate it, you select this to generate it and hit the plus, and that'll help generate it. And then once it's generated, you have this node 2D main. And what we can do is, well, for now we're going to actually go. Yeah, we're going to create a function here. So we start with func, and then we're going to say all. I think that if a function starts with an underscore, it's private, but if it doesn't, it's public. So I'm going to say add gem, and I'm going to do that, and give it a colon at the end, and then if I hit pass here, it'll make the red go away. But what I want to do for now, I'm just going to leave this as is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to our area 2D gem. Actually, so I'm going to select the area 2D gem right here. And the reason for that is that I want to reference the node 2D main. And the easiest way to do that in here is to just grab the node 2D main right here and just pop it in. And that's what it looks like. So now what I want to do is an on ready, ready, and then var, and I'm going to call this the game manager. And this is going to equal that value. So what we're saying is that we are referencing, oops, I got to do an at symbol before this. So this is at onReady. So that's going to be, so this is the way to reference this. We were struggling with that in class, but this is the way to grab that value. And now if I do game manager dot add gem, I believe that was what it was called, right? Go back over here, add gem. That's the function we named it. So that, and so now if we got this right, it should not crash. So let's see if we got this right. So hit play. This is where we can do small steps. This is small iterations. It's valuable. So this is the gem here that we did it in. Okay, it didn't crash. So that was the first step. Don't crash. Now that we're not crashing, we know that we're calling this game manager add gem. So now the rest of this can be done inside of here. This is technically what we're calling our game manager. And so if we go into, and this is where we can actually, yeah, so this is where we go into our Node.js main. So instead of pass here, what we want to do is we can have a var score up here. Var score equals 0. And then we're going to say score plus equals. Actually, what we can do is we can actually just do score equals, just so that we can kind of keep this so that it's easier for everyone to understand. Score plus 1. Okay, so now every time we add gem, we're adding the score and we're increasing it by 1. And so when we the way that we would then show that, this is where having this is also really cool. So we can actually grab this label. We want to reference this label here. So we want to do, actually, before I do that, let me just do type the rest of it. onReady, oops, at onReady, var gem label equals, and now we can just grab this and slap this on right here. And there we go, and it compiles. And so now on add gem, I can get rid of this pass, because pass only needs to be there if you don't have anything else to say, if you don't have anything in that function. So now we can say gem label dot text equals, and what we're going to do is we're going to override the text. So gem colon space, and we're going to do some string concatenation here. Now the thing is that this language that we're working with, similar to Python, but it's not, it's Godot script, it does not allow you to, if I put a number here, like score, it's not going to actually convert that into a string. You have to do a special function called str, which turns that into a string. So now that should give us the score. And so with that, if I save and I play, let's see if it works. There it is. Oh, I went from gems to gem. It's just a typo. Here, let me fix that. So in here, I'm saying gem. I should be saying gems. Now it should look a little bit less weird. So now if I go over here and I go there we go. Now gems is 1. So, and that's how we can then have this a UI overlay that's being changed whenever we do actions in the game. All right, thanks, and good luck.